All right, everybody, Rob Ferretti here, and I want to thank you. The video I made yesterday about the Z06, it looks like it did sell to one of you guys. There was 3 or 4 people in line to buy it if he doesn't come through, but it looks like he is actually coming through. So that one is gone, one less headache. Another thing, I saw an article today in the New York Post. This just happens to pop up in my news feed. Do not judge me based off the New York Post or any other political nonsense. It's an article I saw. I clicked on it, and it was about first-party fraud. And I was like, you know what? That's it's very relevant to me. We had our first chargeback probably in 2 years, and we lost it. And this goes back 2 or 3 months now. It was a rental in June on the G-Wagon. And it was rented by a guy in Philadelphia. He called up same week, and he said, hey, I'm looking for a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. Ended up settling on the G-Wagon, delivered in Philadelphia, and picked up in Philadelphia. Mind you, Philadelphia is 2 hours away from us. It's 90 some odd miles. We delivered the G-Wagon down, rented it to him, went back with the truck empty, came back the next day, picked it up. He called us the day he had it rented to verify that we were on our way.
Hey, how you doing? This is Ali.
Sure,
I had a rental for today for the Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I was just confirming because I'm at the hotel now.
Oh, let me see where that truck is. What time was it scheduled to be delivered? It's a 3 o'clock delivery, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah, no, so then he's probably not there yet. I mean, he'll be there, sure. He's pulling into Philadelphia now with the truck, so he should be there within the next, 20 minutes or so.
Okay. All right, cool.
All right?
Thank you.
Got it. We were on time. He enjoyed the rental. He did his mileage. He had the vehicle picked up a little bit early, but like a couple hours. He left it with the valet.
Hi, good morning. This is Ali. I was calling in regards to the Mercedes G-Wagon.
Sure, how can I help?
Yeah, so I'm at the Logan Hotel. I was wondering if they can pick it up early or it has to be there 3 o'clock.
I can have them come down earlier. What time do you want us to come grab it?
You can come down.
Okay, yeah.
Check out
keep
the
in mind,
hotel.
we're like 2 hours away, so I'll get them going early.
Yeah, I know.
We'll give you a heads up what time we can be there.
Let me ask you a question. Can I leave the key with the, can I leave everything with the valet people?
You can leave it with the valet. That's fine.
I'll tell them. Okay.
Okay. Just if you can just let us know the name of the person you're leaving it with, so we know who to speak to when we get there.
All right. When I go downstairs, I'll call you back.
All right. Thanks.
Hey, how you doing? This is Ali. Regards to the black G-Wagon. I was saying what's the kind of the ETA. I know I called earlier to see if they could come a little earlier. What kind of ETA could be?
He left probably 20 minutes after you called to head to you. You take a look where he is. Give me 1 second. No, that truck's up in... He's in a different truck. I don't have tracking in that one. My other trucks are up in Boston. He should be there within the next hour by 1 o'clock at the latest.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. You got it. After we picked it up, everything was fine, right? Charge went through. We were happy. We refunded the security deposit. Fast forward now, just say a month or two, we get a chargeback. We're like, what's this? And it was this guy who had the car, didn't damage it, rented it, returned it, well aware of what was going on, and he charged it back claiming fraud. And we're like, all right, interesting. Let's reach out to the customer. And we reached out to him. And he's like, sorry about that. Here's the call.
Hello?
Your call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Ali, please.
Who's this?
This is Gotham Dream Cars.
Please leave your message for 2677. Please leave your message for 2677. Please leave your message for 2677. Please leave your message for 267. Please leave your message for 267.
Yeah, you were trying to call me?
Yeah, we had a rental with you on a G-Wagon, and the credit card company just called us saying that it was reported as fraudulent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a lot of fraud charges on my card. I think yours got mixed in. All right. Boy. Yeah, how much was that?
It was $1,100. It was 1194.
All right. Can I get it to you another way?
Yeah, we can take. What other way would you like it paid? If you let me know, we can take another card. We can do. If you want to send us a Zelly.
What about Venmo?
Yeah, I can do a Venmo if you want to send me a Venmo.
Yeah, could it be, wow, I get, man, I was compromised. I was hit hard. So I went to my bank account and everything. I don't get paid against the next Friday.
Okay.
I know I'll try to get half of it this Friday, then the other half.
Is there another way that might work? You have another card or anything like that?
Now my wallet was, stolen. It was a mess, man. They took everything.
Okay.
I still haven't, yeah, so, trust me, I got you. Yeah, you guys help me. Absolutely. So, give me, how late you open today?
We're open pretty much any time, so you can call this number back at any time.
All right, give me till 6 o'clock. Let me get your then I'm gonna take your Venmo at that time. Let me get with my sister so she'll cause she knows what's going on. She said she's gonna help me. She knows exactly what's going on. Let me call you back. I'm gonna get you the money. Don't you worry about it. You hear me?
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, Ali, please.
Who's calling?
Hi, this is Siobhan from Dream Cars.
Okay, yeah.
I was just, you told me to call you back for the Venmo for the car rental payment.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead with it.
Yeah, I just texted you the Venmo address. Can you confirm that you got that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I can give it to you as well over the phone. I
Yeah,
don't know
go
what it's.
Okay.
And do you have the amount?
No, go ahead.
It's $1,194.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just let us know when we can expect that.
Yep, I'll call you before the first payment goes through.
When? Sorry.
I'll call you before I make the payment.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So he claimed that it was fraudulent activity. I guess his wallet got stolen. Everything was fraud. Oops, sorry, you just got tangled up in that. He told us, let me send you the money. Let me send you the money a different way. Sorry about that. It was completely like a swing and a miss. My bad. He obviously never sent the money. And then fast forward, he continued on with the chargeback and he won. And that's very frustrating to me because we submitted to the credit card company, Citibank, we submitted the charge, like here's the charge, here's the signature, here's the signed contract, here's the check-in report, here's the phone calls at which he rented it, here's the phone calls which he acknowledged that it wasn't a fraudulent charge, here's the return agreement, here's everything you could possibly want. Here's the GPS showing that the car was delivered on time, the photos of the car being delivered, all of that, and they still sided with the customer. Now, this is a common trend, right? This is becoming more and more apparent with the younger generations. What I learned in the article in the Post is that 42% of these new kids, the millennials, right? I'm gonna age myself because I'm of a more respectable age demographic, are doing this. And if you look at and I don't know the generational names, but the older you get, the less and less of this friendly fraud exists. Friendly fraud is when you're acknowledging you're happy with your service, you're buying something, you know you're buying it, and you charge it back and commit a crime acknowledging like, yeah, you know what, like I did that because I didn't want to pay for it, or I figured I could get it for free. You're committing fraud against a credit card company and you're manipulating it, and they end up taking it out of the business. So even though they're doing it with the credit card company is taking it from my pocket, and they're going into my account and taking that money out, and their consumer-friendly practices are all to sell credit cards. You want more people charging and using your credit card, so you make these consumer-friendly things, but you're stealing from the business. Now, this guy, I'm out $1,194 from this friendly fraud, and there's not really, what am I going to do for $1,100? Am I going to put it in collections? Am I going to sue the guy? It's not worth it. You just have to expect people are going to do the right thing. And this is the first customer in 3 years that even charged anything back, but he charged it back for no reason, right? He's not a scammer. He was a customer. He took the car, returned the car. He used it. He got what he paid for, and then he charged it back as fraudulent. He didn't say that the service was no good. He said it was a fraudulent service. And he claimed that his wallet got stolen or something and everything was fraud, but ours just happened to get swept up in that. I'm not buying that. I'm seeing somebody who racked up a bunch of charges, didn't want to pay for it, and it was easier to say, hey, my wallet was stolen a week before my binge, so yeah, I don't want to pay for any of that. It's all fraudulent. And now it's up to the credit card company to either say like, let's try to prove this guy wrong, or just write it off and take it out of the business's pockets, which is what they did. Now, I had an employee, I think I've talked about this, guy ended up stealing from me ultimately and got fired. But I remember, went to a strip club down in Florida with the guys and spent like $2,000 in a night at the strip club. He got out of control, and like, look, if that's your lifestyle and you make a choice to get out of control, you have to accept that. And you're like, you know what, it got a little away from me. Like, I'm going to be paying this off for the next month or two. Like, but I'll learn my lesson. Like, I had a good night. I didn't do anything. I made a bad decision to spend more than I would have normally spent, but it's not the club's problem, it's your problem. And he made it the club's problem, because I remember he then called his credit card in stolen. And I'm like, wow, what a dirtbag move that is. Like, you just went, you got all the value that you paid for, and whether you see the value the next day or not, that's a you problem. If you had too many drinks, or you decided to go along with everybody else and have this jolly old time, you can't make that the business's problem. They provided you the service. I get it. Bottle service is expensive, but if you want to pay for bottle service, it is what it is. That's your choice. You learn to then not pay for bottle service in the future. So this one was an L in my books. I'm out $1,200 because of this, but it's also BS. Like, this is obviously not impacting my business too much. The credit card company should not be siding with their customers, especially when I'm providing proof that the guy made the reservation. His name comes up attached to the phone number. Like, everything matched up here. His license was there. Everything was there. And for him to claim fraud and the credit card company backing him up, that's a big issue I have with Citibank. But you can't argue. Like, what are you going to do? How am I going to sue Citibank over $1,200? No, it's just a very frustrating thing. And it's a small portion of my business for the year, but it's very frustrating for somebody to, like, effectively defraud you right to your face. I mean, it's akin to somebody walking into a retail store, just blatantly walking out without paying, and everyone's like, all right, this is what it is. I guess that happens sometimes. This is that same thing where everyone's outraged by that, but we deal with it. It's not something we should be dealing with. So I don't know how to tell you to not do this. I mean, this is like more like, have morals. Like, and that is one of the simplest things I can provide to you in life. You think it's not a victimless crime. It's one of those things that's just like, whatever, the business, they make money, the hotel, the bar, they don't need my money. It's just not something you do, right? Like, it's don't do that, right? Like, it's like the fact that I'm even having to explain that. Where were your parents? Your parents aren't even doing it. That's why this is now generational. But it's not the parents either didn't raise you right, but the 44%, that's almost half. 1 in 2 people are buying something and then either claiming they didn't get it, they weren't happy with it, whatever it is, they're committing outright fraud. And that is a problem with the generation. It's not clearly being done by your parents, so you can't be like, well, I saw my parents smoking. Like, you're doing it and they're not. So stop doing that. right? I'm rarely at a loss for words, but how do you explain to somebody to not be a scumbag when they know they're being a scumbag? I know the credit cards make it easy, but don't do that. If your parents didn't tell you not to do that and you value my opinion at all, don't do it. If you know you're doing it and you know it's wrong, don't do it. Like, it's a crime. And there's $100 billion a year in losses from this. It's very frustrating. And this is what it looks like when you defraud somebody and they didn't steal the car, they just stole the service. And to me, that's a problem. Thanks for watching. Like, if you see your friend do it, the only thing you could possibly do is if you see somebody else doing it, tell them not to. If you're doing it, stop. You don't want to teach that to your kids. You don't want to make it even worse than it is. And if it becomes a larger problem than it already is, then the credit card company will start cracking down and you'll start seeing people go to jail for stuff like that for no reason, when if you don't want to pay for it, don't do it. But don't do it and then not pay for it and then screw the business, because that's not right.